What's going on, boys? So we are now in Florida. Just crushed my workout. We're feeling really nice right now. We got the palm trees in the background. And I gotta tell you, man, like, sometimes I can't even believe I'm here. I actually took it upon myself to move out of my hometown in New York and move to Florida, which is a place I've always wanted to live. Like this year earlier, I didn't even see myself here. I didn't see myself actually pulling the trigger and making this decision. But you know what fitness has taught me? It's taught me to always trust my instincts. It's taught me to always listen to my conscience, aka the authentic voice of God. See, the more disciplined that I am, the more I can listen to my conscience, the more I can hear God's voice telling me what I need to do. I was living a miserable life. I was skinny fat. I was getting walked all over in my relationships. I was disconnected from God. I really wasn't praying. I really wasn't grateful for where I was at. And I asked God, I said, with the relationship that I was in at the time, let me know if this person is right for me. 2.5, 3 weeks later, he removed them from my life. And I wouldn't have been able to fucking handle that the right way if I didn't have my fitness. Do you understand? Because I've handled breakups the wrong way before. I would chase women, I would eat a bunch of shit food, and all that did is it left me feeling empty with nothing to show for it. And that's why, like I tell you, if you truly want to change your life, you have to just get dialed in with the basics. The basics is what's going to do it for you. Success is about subtraction. It's not about addition. It's not about getting the next new trending thing. It's not about you hanging out with more women or more friends or trying to make more money. It's not about any of that. It's not about anything external. You see, it's about what you do every day and having actions in place that equate to the 10.0 version of you. You see, all I did is I sat down and I wrote out, what does the 10.0 version of me look like? What does he sound like? What kind of body does he have? Where does he live? What is the energy that he possesses? And you know what actually got me there? It was me just focusing on my fitness, focusing on my faith in God, focusing on the actions that are required to get me there. That's what you have to do. You are what you do as a man. You're not what you say. And I realize this because I would always talk and say, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna get in shape and I'm gonna, move out and everything like that and get this car, make this money. It doesn't matter what you're saying. See, all that does is that gives you a dopamine hit, right? Because it feels good. It feels good to talk like that. But when push comes to shove, when it actually comes down to actually doing the work that's going to get you there, you fold. And that's the position I was in. Always procrastinating, always putting off what was best for me. And all I did, strengthening my faith in God, getting myself dialed in with my fitness, that unlocked the mental clarity that I needed to change my life and actually start living. Discipline gives you that mental clarity. See, when I was just breaking my word to myself with the fast food, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, I was clouded with my judgment. I couldn't make decisions that were best for me. And it slowed me down. And this is the position that a lot of you guys are in. You'll do good for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and then you'll fall off. You need to have God in place, and you need to have a blueprint that's custom for your specific body and your specific goal. We all carry a different amount of fat and a different amount of muscle. So as far as the actual blueprint, it depends on the individual. But I'm just telling you guys what's actually going to work for you, and do it. You know, you're watching this and you're probably at a point where you don't have confidence in yourself. You feel like you've been stuck in the same position. You feel like your body's not changing. You're skinny fat. You're procrastinating. You're either in a relationship that you probably aren't happy in, or you're just lonely and you don't have one. Depending on where you're at, the answer is going to be the same. It's going to be creating your 10.0 self and disciplining yourself. Because when you have discipline, God will reward you with the mental clarity that's needed. Because that is what is going to change your life. You'll be able to actually see opportunities. You'll be able to make the right decisions, because now there's nothing holding you back anymore. This is what has happened to me. I had my transformation. I hired a coach, spent thousands and thousands of dollars on coaches and mentorships, and I got the blueprint. And it was scary to make that investment in myself. What if I fail? What if I get ripped off? How do I know I can trust this person? All these thoughts were running through my head. What if I pay and I don't do the work and it was all a waste? You know what I thought of though? Price versus cost. I could pay this money, possibly change my life, or I could not pay this money and guarantee staying in this position. Well, I don't want to be in this position. So really, there's not much of a loss, is there? You guys have to sacrifice and actually listen to what you're feeling. You feel empty, you have to change. Different actions are going to give you a different result. This is how you do it. See, most people are going to just weigh you down. This is why you need people around you who are going to force you to level up. See, most people don't live this lifestyle. They're going to their job, they're eating a bunch of shit food, they're drinking alcohol, and they're going to question why you're doing those things, why you're dropping those things, why you're isolating yourself and working out more and this and that. And it's going to be tempting for you to actually, start hanging out with them again and drinking and doing all this, but you have to have that circle of individuals around you. This is why having a strong brotherhood is essential. Inside my coaching, I have people I bring on, I say, congratulations, you're no longer alone. You now have a group of men that you can turn to that will actually support you with your goals. So those times and those days where you're feeling more tempted for whatever reason, now you have people in your circle that are going to say, nah, you're doing good, man. Keep up the good work. Let's go even harder this week. What do you think happens? You get better and better results as time goes on. Before you know it, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks later, you're a whole different man. You're operating from a whole different set of habits because you locked in for those 4 months, those 6 months, and you built the habits of the man that you respect. Now what used to be hard for you is now easy. It's like brushing your teeth. I can't go a day without doing some sort of exercise, without keeping track of what I'm eating, without waking up at a certain time. These are just standards. Did I always have these standards? No. But this is how I changed. And it's exactly how you can change too. I'm so grateful, man. I'm so at peace with myself. Every decision I make, I own. I'm no longer settling for a life that I don't want to live, a relationship I don't want to be in. This life is exactly what you make of it. The only way you're going to change is through fitness. Fitness is going to be the bridge that connects your current version of you to your 10.0 version of you. It's that simple. I hope this helps you guys out. Trying to be more active on here as well. If you guys haven't already, check out the Instagram, cfit_Chris. I'm more active on there on my stories and my posting. Share this with somebody who needs this, because we all need help, and there's nothing wrong with asking for it. There is something wrong with settling for your current position, even though it's something you don't want to be in. Don't let that be you. This life can become limitless, man. I love this shit. I'll talk to you guys soon. Let's get it.